looked like you got things buttoned up a little bit more in that second half. Make a lot of adjustments, or just how'd that go?
Well, I think we their drives in that first half. Credit to a couple of their playmakers for sure, but we made some untimely penalties. So I think it was really just dialing a few things on defense. Offensively, they're all down in there. So it was a matter of what can we do to break free. I know Sean had the long run. Jared had the long run. In particular, sometimes it doesn't have to be a pass over the top. It's just a run that can split them. And we did that a couple times. So no, I think our guys, there was no panic. And you just you stay with it. You move forward. Dwell on it was 17-14 and a half, and we were in a game, and that was good. It was good for us to get tested today.
Yeah, great effort again in terms of rushing the football. Over 300 yards again. A couple big runs there, but offensive line, your receivers, and running backs all around.
Yeah, we're blocking well, and we were a little banged up at running back. I think that was fair to say. Scott Trey didn't play. Julius a little banged up, but next man up. Jared had the big run at the end. I know Elijah had a big run in there, and then Sean had the long run. So and then the obvious credit continues to go to those guys up front, the tight ends included in that.
From what you could see, what do you think of McCade his first start?
Well, I think I spoke to it. I think we see McCade as a starter, so him going out there the first play, quite frankly, doesn't matter to me a whole lot. But I think what happened in there, Nolan gets pulled out, and then Cole Bullock has to step in because Danny's not up till that second half. So continuing to build depth in that room is something that we need. We want to get away from these targeting calls that we've had in consecutive weeks. But no, McCade's all over the place. He's doing a great job right now of just playing hard, and they got some really good skill. So we missed tackles today, and we'll look at that. We did not tackle well, but I think you got to give a dose of credit to the kids that they have running the football. So yeah, I guess I answered your question.
Yeah, and then that was going to be my next question. I guess what do you think of the contain of Dante and Craig that they had?
Yeah, it was hit and miss. Definitely. I think, and quite, honestly, you expect them to make some plays. You just don't want to give up the big one. I know we gave up 2 longer touchdowns to Sasha Ray, and then we couldn't tackle. Was it Quincy Craig? He's at 17. We couldn't tackle him to save our lives. So they're good players. So I think that's the thing you look at. Good players in space force you to do things a little bit better than we did today, honestly. And then I think we did a better job in the second half. But I think credit goes to them, and then we got to just get better in those space situations where we're facing some good backs.
Go ahead. Can you talk about just the tight ends? 2 touchdowns from Derek. Pickering had 55 yards. So just what you saw from them the past 2 games, especially.
Yeah, I think conscious effort to get them more involved. The way teams play us, they're, if you want to pile it in there, those 2 are both good to get on the perimeter. Most of those pass plays were of that nature where you essentially kind of suck the defense in and you get Derek or Trayton loose on, a little short pass, and then they could run with it. So, I think that's part of our offense that didn't show up a lot those first couple games, but I think we'll continue to because those 2 guys need to touch the ball, and it was good to see them, to do it today.
I think that 2 of the penalties, including I think the targeting, would have turned into, or punts turned into points for them. I guess how did you feel about the penalties in general in this game?
Well, it is the nature of our game right now. In the letter of the law is the letter of the law as far as how it's officiated. We get another booth review targeting, and that was on a slide. I think that's very hard for a defensive player to reconcile that in a split second against a running quarterback that's in some ways carving us up. So I'll look at the film, but I said it last week, I believe. I mean, targeting has made our game safer. That call has made our game safer, and that's probably the bottom line. So for me to sit up here and to worked up about it, but I know our guys are playing hard. I think there's no intent with it. I know the roughing the passer same thing. You can't touch a quarterback in the head. You can't do it. And I think we did on that play. And we throw in a pass interference in that sequence or whatever it was, and that was a rough stretch for us.
Just defensively, I mean, it seemed like otherwise there was a lot of pressure, a couple of picks. How did you just feel about the?
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of good and mixed in with some plays where we just didn't tackle well enough, and then we don't play the ball well enough on the double pass at the end. We were right there. We don't make a play, but Coach Barnum, I think they got good players. I think there's a reason that that happened today is because they got some good players and they compete. And I think we took a good shot from them, and that's what you walk away. You say we took a good shot. We opened up the lead in the second half. We prevailed, and now we move on.
You guys got going really well in the second half, running the ball. I think you had 232 in the second, 83 in the first, or whatever. Was there something you guys saw there, or what do you think sparked that?
No, I think it was things we probably missed in the first half more than it was changing anything. We didn't score a touchdown. We were inside the 5. We had to kick a field goal. That was 21-yard field goal. That was disappointing that we didn't punch it in there. And we missed. We made some we made some plays in the passing game. We missed a few. We missed Jared, wide open down the middle. Among maybe a couple more. So, no, I think it was just all right. Some things we've been close on. Let's stick with it. O-line, keep blocking the way you are, and running backs hit it the way you're supposed to, and we'll see how it goes in the second half.
How did you feel like Ty played in his first game?
It was great to get him out there. I know it's been a long time coming. I think he did a few things. He didn't field that punt real well, but then I think he flashed his speed in a hurry once he did field it. I think he made he's got 2 catches on here. I know there was one that was he adjusted pretty well down the sideline. I think his speed showed up. I know their kid made a really good play early in the game on a go route, but no, I think we'll continue to implement him more and more. We were trying to limit him in some way today, but bye week, into that next game, he should be full go.
Coach, that drive in the second quarter, 4th and goal inside the 5-yard line. Just curious, what went into the decision behind kicking the field goal versus going for it?
Well, we went backwards on 3rd down. I think we were third. I think we were at the 2. We go backwards. Want to get the points. 4th and inside the 2 in that situation. We maybe go for that, but when we went backwards on 3rd down, I didn't think twice about it, honestly.
How'd you feel like Brendan and the whole special teams unit kind of responded after that first PAT?
Yeah, well, and Tommy's been so rock solid. For him to have that snap, he's confident himself to bounce back, and I thought Brendan did a good job. They did put some pressure on our punts today, and we got him off. Ultimately, we only had to punt twice, but I thought Brendan's responded well. I mean, we have to kick from the 20 on that one. He gets it right down to the 1. We cover it real well. So I thought Brendan had a real solid effort.
Just how the games like this kind of illustrate just how hard it can be sometimes to win games against tough opponents, even at home. With that first half.
I think we're in a position with our success that we're going to get everybody's best shot, and that's the reality of it. And you can tell your guys that all week, and they got good players, and we're going to get their best shot. But ultimately, until things start happening and the game unfolds, you don't know how it's going to play out. So, and every game is its own deal, and every game is not going to be perfect. Every sequence in games is not going to go exactly how you want it to. So how do you continue to respond when things go well and then things don't go your way is what we got to be about, forward thinking. And so I thought, you look at that game, the positive I'm going to take from it is, we dealt with some stuff today. We dealt with some stuff, we overcame some stuff, and got the win, and heading into a well-timed for us bye week right now.
Coaches, you also talk about every team's different in establishing an identity. What do you think this team's identity is so far going this year?
Yeah, I think we are capable of playing the brand of football on a regular basis the way we want to, and that's playing fast and really being physical, and that's been you know, that's been what we've wanted to be about, and each week provides its own test. So, you know, I think, you know, a day like today, you develop a little bit more character, which I think we have a lot of character right now, and you know, I think there was no panic. We were down in that game, and we were only up 3 at halftime, but I think, you know, there's a relative confidence within this team that you know, we stay after, we do the things we've been coached to do, and we trust one another. We're going to find a way.